Why is not doing it? Oh, finally. In today's video, I'm going to talk about 10 things every graduate student wants to be an excellent researcher should know. When you want to start your journey for graduate studies and being a good researcher, you are looking for a specific image of yourself in the future, but sometimes we kind of lost in between to reach to that image and we don't know how to do. One of the main factors that affect our emotions and our eagerness to go to grad school, attend research labs, and performing research on a daily basis until we reach to that excellent researcher level, that people who are around us and surround us affect our emotions and our consistency to work on ourselves until we fulfill the requirements for grad schools, including master's, PhD, and all the requirements until we reach to the point of being an excellent researcher and work as a leaders in research. So choose your friends, choose the environment conditions that you need to sit in it until you launch yourself as an excellent researcher. You need to know that you need to choose the friends that help you to grow and have a peace around you, at least socially, until you've reached to your dreams as an excellent researcher. You are the average of 5 people you are associated with the most. Even if you want or not, those people influence you. The second thing you need to focus on is, if you want to be an excellent researcher, you need to have a good role model in front of you. That's why I always emphasize in most of my episodes about graduate studies that you need to go to a good lab that you are comfortable with, that show you how to be a good researcher and how excellent researcher should be performing on daily basis and everything, not only making good data, but also how to be a good human as a researcher. Because you cannot be if you cannot see. You cannot be a good researcher if you cannot see a good researcher in front of you. So over the years, you need to develop your research career anyway. It's not something happen overnight. And if you are not surrounded with the right people who give you the correct image about being a good researcher and how research labs should work and how research groups should treat each other and treat the data and the information, publishing, all the process of being a researcher, so you really cannot make it. And if you have the wrong option of a research lab, most likely you will not really process to the right product of yourself as a good researcher. The next point is very important because every excellent researcher does this until it becomes an excellent researcher and then continue doing that because they know this is the way how they can perform better every single day, which is to expand your limits, push yourself out of your comfort zone consistently, and to be able to successfully push the limits out of your comfort zone until you promote yourself to the next level of being an excellent researcher. You need to have the confidence at yourself, and that comes from believing in yourself. So trust at yourself, your abilities, your skills, and breakthrough. Believe me, you will be so glad that you did. The next message, it may look very basic, but it is so real. You need to be consistently committed to research. The dedication over years, it makes you an excellent researcher. Now I'm going to say something. It may look a little bit weird for young researchers to hear that, but it's so important to know that you need to say no more often than yes. I mean by that, when you have a clear image of what you want to be and what the duties you need to do to be able to perform the research project you have, to reach to the next point, to achieve your games every 6 months, every year, every 3 months, whatever the plan you put for yourself every year when you are developing your research career, you will know your priorities and you will know things that align with your objectives and your daily tasks to be able to fulfill the requirements of your research career development and the requirements of developing yourself as an excellent researcher on doing things that align to your goals. And you can provide explanations if you feel comfortable with that. But if you are not really comfortable to explain your no or yes, then at least be clear with yourself when you say yes or no. So I really recommend you to train yourself to say no. Say it in a nice way. Say it in a very clear why you are saying no, and you can provide some explanations if needed. And remember, every time you say no for something, you are actually saying yes for something else. And vice versa, when you say yes for something, you are actually saying no for something else. When you are a very young researcher or a junior, you need to know that reading is the most important skill to develop your research career and to make you rich in your background knowledge. Train yourself at the beginning to read books, to read articles. Read a chapter every day possible. And if reading at the beginning is exhaustive, it requires from you a lot of energy, or it's difficult because you are new for English language or new for the terminology of the field, or just because you have some mental complexity that make reading hard for you, so train yourself until it becomes a habit. Find friends or colleagues who are helpful and ready to read with you. I know there are so many research labs, unfortunately, they don't encourage journal club meetings or lab meetings on a weekly basis, or at least bi-weekly, and they leave reading totally up to the student. And they just care for if the student could submit data or not. You need to know very well that if the lab structure help you to read and enhance you to read or not, you need to do reading. And even read as much as possible in the field and around your field to develop a better interest and to develop better background and be able to be open-limited toward the development of your research career and the development of your research project, which makes you super excellent researcher. The next point is related to reading, which is listening, attending seminars, attending talks, finding courses online, attending teaching assistant jobs, or even just go as a listener in some lectures to develop your background knowledge. But one of the things that if you do that will help you to find out more things to read. But by reading, you will learn things that are not available in online courses or lectures that you attend or seminars. And the same, if you are attending seminars or scientific talks or some coursework, they will provide you insights toward what you really need to read more and develop more. The next point is about the time required and how many hours, how long we need to hit the goal of being an excellent researcher. There is no borderline that till you are an excellent researcher and you are ready to work independently as a researcher, but you are the one who really feel you can work independently or not. And to reach to that point, you need to be aware of the safety requirement, of the whole mechanism and dynamic of work in your research area. And that doesn't happen overnight or suddenly, or not self-certifying that you can work by your own, just by yourself, until you go through all the experience and all the learning process of being an excellent researcher. Nothing big just happens overnight. But you need to know that to be able to reach to that point where you are an excellent researcher and you can work independently, creatively, and performing excellent research without causing a damage on human being, on surroundings, on environment, on health, and even on your emotions and somebody else's emotions, that requires from you to say yes, I can do it, instead of saying, no, I cannot do it. And telling yourself how I can do it instead of just saying, no, I just cannot do it and that's all. The ability to work as an excellent researcher, or the work to develop yourself toward being an excellent researcher over the days, over time, requires from you to work on your thought and your beliefs about yourself to be able to do something or to become something. Talking about the thoughts about yourself and how you can become eligible, it emphasized the importance of thoughts and the power of what you believe. So remember that every thought manifests. The less you believe in yourself, the more you cannot do things, and the more time required until you become an excellent researcher. And the more you believe in yourself and the more you think that you can be, the less time required to be an excellent researcher. Because when you believe in yourself, you will work more toward independency. You will challenge your knowledge, you will learn more, you will work on gaining more skills and experience over shorter time than when you don't believe in yourself, until you reach the point you say, yes, now I believe in myself. So it's better that you believe from now that you are going to be an excellent researcher, and you are now an excellent student or an excellent young researcher, and you can reach to the point where you can work as a researcher independently. When we come to the point about believing in yourself to be an excellent researcher, it is highly recommended to ask yourself the questions that doesn't make you feel comfortable about your life as a researcher daily. If there is an area that you feel not comfortable to talk about it as a researcher in the lab or in the group or in a meeting, either related directly to your research project or what is around your field, or as your life as a researcher, then there is something that you have to improve. If there is something you are not comfortable to talk about in science as a researcher, that means there is a big gap in your background knowledge and your experience you need to improve. And if there is something wrong going in your life as a researcher, that means there is something in your daily performance that you need to improve about your private life versus your work life versus your background knowledge. The next point is about your daily life as a researcher in terms of learning and gaining experience. The things that you work the most on and you would spend a lot of time working, that you need to learn to perform better and develop your background knowledge and your skill more and more. The best that you learn it and improve your learning by asking someone who already know it, who has done it multiple times and for a long time, and show you the way that you can do in a better way. The last thing I would like to mention today is about working hard. Every excellent researcher reach to the independency and work as an independent researcher, they know this very well. Working hard makes you reach to something, but is not necessarily make you well paid. Is not necessarily make you publish better. It doesn't make you necessarily able to explain things in a better way or analyze things in more sophisticated ways. So it's very important that to balance between work hard and work light by working smart and being able to productively, consistently work as a researcher. I would like to repeat this: balance between your hard work and light work smartly by working productively consistently. So we reach to the end of this video. I hope you have learned something important or highlighted aspects that you need to shed light in your life on them. Please subscribe to my channel. Give that video a thumb up if you learned something new or you like it. Share it with friends and family and write in the comments section. I am eager to read your comments. Have a good day and take care.